Christian. So how long has it been since you've been placed? And tell us, what do you do? What's your job role? And give us a little update on what is your day-to-day like.
I work as a business intelligence developer for a company in Texas. So,
and how long have you been working there now?
8 months today.
8 months. Okay, so we got somebody we had a 3 month, we had a 1 month, now we got an 8 month. So tell us, what are you doing? You say business intelligence developer. Give us a little a synopsis of your day.
Let me start with, I originally trained, or actually my major in Colaberry was Power BI. So, so straight out of Colaberry, my first offer, my very first application was this job. And actually, I applied for 2 jobs, and this one reached out to me first, and they took me for business intelligence. So what I do for them is people's analytics. So I work with the human resources of the company, and what we do is it could be a simple task of like getting from the database, getting information of the employers or the staffs of the company that have been there for maybe since this year, like the one I just did yesterday. So get all the new employees since January till date. It could be simple as that. And it could be as complicated as get a performance rating of, let's say, of all the employees in the past 3 years. So that involves going to different joins, doing different tables. So, and so what I do basically is to get their reports for different business partners in that company.
Awesome. So you've been there 8 months now. So how comfortable do you feel on your role? Do you feel like you're able to cope now? And how long did it take you to get comfortable?
The word to that is I'm still in the process of getting comfortable. You know, I'm better than when I started. And I see Mika is here. Mika will tell you, like, I'm always, when I first started, I was not confident. I was nervous. I was always running to my mentor, mentee. Is it mentor, mentee? Mentor. So Sonia is my mentor, and she was awesome, and she's still awesome. So I was kind of, can I do this? Can I do it? But I mean, look at me. I've been moving since April, so it's been going smooth. I will not say it's been totally smooth, but it's getting smooth. Like every day gets better. That's what I can say.
All right, fantastic. So take us back. What did you do before Colaberry? What's your background?
My background was accounting. So before now, I was working with the state of Florida as an accountant for the Supreme Court. And that was a role that, I was so far so good. I was like, okay, I'll stay here, manage myself and all that. Then I had somebody that passed through Colaberry, and every time he sees me, he talks about Colaberry to me. And initially I was kind of, that is IT. Can I just switch? And, he told me, anybody, in fact, I don't want to go to the things he told me, but he really inspired me. And I eventually started March 2000 and last year, March. And
okay.
Yeah.
So what was your experience going through Colaberry? Was it tough? Were there points where you wanted to quit? Like, what was your experience going through the program? Did you link up with a group?
Yeah, so when going through Colaberry, I started with so much excitement, learning something new and everything. And, at a point, I would say, when we got to, I can't remember what part of Colaberry, I was like, man, this is no longer funny. Like, everything became something else to me. And I had a group that we studied with. And, they were helpful. In fact, some members of my group were not really serious. Then I saw somebody that was serious in another group, and I linked up with him. And, we were always working together. And yeah, that helped me to the group, working with a group and all that, yeah.
So what skills can you point to that you learned through your Colaberry experience that helped you become successful in your job now?
So I would say one of the skills is being able to, one thing we were taught in Colaberry is to, that we won't get almost everything we want here. We need to look out other sources like, YouTube or different sources in case we are not sure of what we are doing. So I think that has helped me, sometimes I start something and if I'm not sure of it, I do my own research and I only come back to the alumni group when I'm so sure that now I'm stuck. I don't know where to go. So one thing I learned from Colaberry was being able to look at resources available out there and being disciplined too, because trying to keep up with the homeworks, the things with those homeworks that we submitted before every class day. So bringing back to the workplace, you are working with deadlines. Sometimes you need to, like I need to have a meeting with my manager so day, and I need to show him what I have. You can't go there looking, empty. So dealing with Colaberry gave me that opportunity to be able to structure my time. I became good with time and that. So
tell us, we want the good stuff. What's been your biggest or most important purchase so far? Yeah, we all in your business. Go ahead, tell us.
Okay, I mean, I think I got some, in Nigeria, say we thank God for where we are now. So, I've made some good investments. So, do I need to say it?
No, you don't need to tell us what you invested in. We just kind of want to know where's some of that money going.
Well, okay, I invested in property. So I invested in property. And I invested in property and I invested in a piece of land. So those are the two things. When I look at it, I'm like, okay, and I'm looking at other stuff too. But so far so good. I have two properties, working with this guy.
So how do you feel like your life has changed since you were able to make it through Colaberry and over to the other side? How's your life changed? So
my life, I would say, got better because now, the money is good. The money is good, and I have more to plan with. I have more to even give out because, especially, looking at if you the part of where I come from, where a lot of people look up to you for help, you have enough to give now when you want to, and you have enough to keep for yourself too. So I think I've been able to have better planning, have better idea of, okay, this is how I want to spend, or look at the things I want to accomplish with money. So I think that's a good thing for me there.
Awesome. Now, I need you to reach back to yourself 8 months ago, going through the program. What's the biggest piece of advice that you would give your former self going through the program?
So the biggest piece of advice is that I could have started earlier, because I was informed about Colaberry after I started Colaberry 2 years after I was informed about Colaberry. So then I was hesitating from doing that because I'm looking at it like, am I ready to, like, this is a different field. Can I do anything with this field? Jumping from an accounting, to coding and all that. But I finally got into it, and I'm glad. So what I have to say is, like, next time, just when just try something. You can't know until you try. So I tried, and I think it worked out for me. So what my takeaway from that is, to make my decisions earlier. Like, if I think something is good, try it out and see if you can get in.
And what advice would you give the current students going through the program now?
Okay, so I would say, I don't think, they are not making mistake. They're on the right path. So let them keep doing what they are doing. Like myself, I didn't even, after I got launched, I was not sure if I was ready to get a job or something. In fact, I traveled outside the country, and that was where the company, the recruiter reached out to me and was like, can you meet us and all that? I'm like, I came for my vacation. How do I even do this? And at the end, I said, okay, let me just give it a trial. And I tried it, and I got another email to move forward with the interview. I said, okay, good, let's keep. I was like, let me freestyle with this. And, it worked out. So I think when they get up to that stage where they think they are comfortable enough with what they know, with their practices. And like I also say this, my mentor, Sonia, she is so awesome. Like, back when I traveled, I called her, I said, look at what is going on. She reached out to me. We did some prepping, and that was my only prep. And I went for the interview. And another thing I would tell people is, when they go for interview, okay, I knew that my interview was going to be 1 hour each with 2 managers. So it's going to be 1 hour with this manager, 1 hour with the other manager. And my plan, I came up with a plan. I said, okay, if I'm going to be speaking for 1 hour with these guys, that's a lot. So I'm going to make them talk more. So during the interview, I went to get the job description, and the first guy started talking, allowed him to say everything. And I came back to him. I said, okay, based on this, look at what I saw in your description. Can you explain this further to me? So, I think I succeeded in making him do more talking than, before I knew, our 1 hour was almost going. So he asked me my own questions too, and I gave it to him. But I think my plan here is allow them to, when you go for your interviews, allow them to talk, allow them to get the job description. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Like, a job description there says works that the person they want for this position will work with stakeholders from various business areas to understand data structures, determine data definitions, and blah, blah, blah. So during the interview, I asked the guy, I said, who are those stakeholders? Can you describe them? What do they do? So that made he was interested in telling me more about his stakeholders. And before he spoke for like 5 or 10 minutes trying to describe that. So that, I think that technique worked for me. So if you think, okay, how do I face these guys for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever hour, just come up, let them do the talking more, and you take it in. And based on what they told you, you throw another question to them. So yeah.
All right, awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come by, and we definitely wish you continued success. And come back and give us an update, man. 8 months in.
All right,
congratulations.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you.
I got a question real quick. Okay, Christian.
Yes.
How important, now that you're on your job, how important do you think SQL is for you to know in this field?
So SQL is very, very important. So I was concentrating on Power BI, kind of, okay, Power BI, more of those design. I don't have to do those coding, but I don't think there's anyhow you're going to escape SQL. Like, okay, right now, I'm doing Tableau, I'm learning Tableau. I didn't do Tableau in Colaberry, but the job wants Tableau. Like, we came up with a new HRIS, and it requires Tableau. So, that is something I need to jump into now. So SQL comes in for, and I mean, SQL is important. Don't play with it. Even if you are doing Power BI or whatever tool you are learning, still, put some attention to SQL, because they will need it out there.
All right, you heard it.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, fantastic.